chemistry class. In the last class, we have completed revising the chapter 1. Today we can go for chapter 2. What is our chapter 2? Yeah, about changes, about physical and chemical changes. What's a change? Transforming from one form to another. In this change, sometimes the physical properties will change. Sometimes even the chemical properties will change while we change from one form to other form. Under this, what we have learned, many types of changes. We can revise one by one. First one is desirable and undesirable. When a change is useful for human being, when you consider you are constructing a house, it is useful for us. In that sand, cement, water, everything we are making it into a mix, bricks we are using, everything we are changing it into a beautiful house. This change is desirable because it is useful for us. Next one is undesirable change. When it is not useful for us, consider you are having water in a glass cup. Unfortunately, it is falling down. It will break, right? It won't be useful for us. So, when it is not useful for us, it is called undesirable change. Then the next one is natural and man-made change. Natural means it should occur by nature. Man's activity is not needed there. What's the change? Say an example. Sunset, sunrise, rain, thunder, lightning. These are all happening without man's activity. So they are called natural changes. In the other hand, man-made changes. Consider mobile phone. We are operating, right? Only when you give calling, the call will come. So when the change is happening by the activity of a human being, it is called man-made change. Then reversible and irreversible change. Reversible change, example we can say ice pieces. Ice, when you keep it in room temperature, it will melt and become water. Then when you change this again, when you keep it in freezer, it will become ice. So water can change to ice and ice can change to water. It is reversible change. So when the reactant can be obtained back from the product. Reactant will give product. Then this product can form back this reactant. It is called reversible change. Irreversible change. Well, you are having a paper. Just burn it off. Just burn that paper. What happens to the paper? It will burn fully and fall down, right? So when we cannot obtain that paper back, you cannot obtain that paper back, right? So it will come under irreversible change. Then slow and fast change. Slow change will occur slow, fast change will occur within a fraction of a second. What is the example for slow change? Slow change. What you can say? Slow change. Rusting of iron. You are having an iron piece. It will take years to rust. Then on the other hand, you consider tearing of paper. You are having a paper, just within a fraction of a second you can tear it off, right? So it is occurring in fast manner, it is fast change. So duration, slow change within short span of time. Fast change, it will happen fastly. Then exothermic and endothermic change. What is exothermic change? In exothermic change, heat is absorbed or evolved. Yeah, very good. In exothermic change, heat is evolved, given out. For example, burning of wood. When you burn wood, we cannot go near that, right? Heat will be evolved out. In the other hand, when the heat is absorbed during the change, it is endothermic. For example, consider cooking. You are having brinjal, lady's finger vegetables, you cook in a vehicle, it will absorb that heat given by us and it will change into a delicious food, right? So when this change is absorbing the heat, it is called endothermic change. Next is periodic and non-periodic. Periodic means it it will occur within interval. Today morning sunset occurs, tomorrow morning it will occur, the next day morning it will occur, next Sunday morning it will occur, next year January 14 also it will occur. So periodically within a interval of time it will happen again and again. It is periodic change. Non-periodic change. Consider volcano eruption. How many of you know that when volcano will erupt? We don't know, right? So when the change is not occurring within a particular interval of time, it is non-periodic change. Last one is physical and chemical change. You all know that, we have learned briefly about this. What's the physical change? What is a physical change? When the physical properties alone changes. Consider you are folding a shirt. Only the structure, while you are unfolding, it will be in one shape. While you fold this, it will be in other shape. Only the physical properties of the shirt changes during this change. So, when there is no change in the chemical properties, when there is no change in the chemical properties during the change, it is called physical change. Chemical change, opposite of it. When the chemical properties of the particular substance undergoing the changes, it is called chemical change. For example, curdling of milk. Milk will be in white color. When you consider curd, it will be of different taste. Its chemical properties will be changed. So, these are all the types of changes we have learned. Desirable and undesirable, natural and man-made, reversible and irreversible, slow and fast, exothermic and endothermic, periodic and non-periodic, finally physical and chemical changes. I hope you are all clear about this types of changes. You take your book, read from the first line to the last line, you can clearly understand. After watching the video, after listening the class, you just go through your book so that you can understand. What's our next topic? Next heading is physical changes. Already in the types of changes, we have learned about this physical and chemical changes. What's a physical change? Yeah, only the physical properties of the substances changes and there will be no change in the chemical properties. In physical properties, there are some features for physical changes. What are they? For example, physical properties you can say heating, cooling, sublimation of ammonium chloride. These are all the examples of physical changes. Simple example you can say tearing of paper, cutting a wood piece. These are all the examples for physical changes. Now, the features. Only change in physical properties. Only the physical properties like size, shape, color, just the physical properties changes. For example, the paper will be in square shape. If you tear that, it will be of different size, shape. So, only physical properties changes. Then the second point is no products formed. Consider you are mixing two chemicals. It will mix chemically and new product will be formed. In physical changes, you are tearing the paper, whether any new products are formed, or you are cutting a wood, whether new products are formed. No, right? Or in the sublimation of ammonium chloride and the ice, melting of ice. Water will be on same formula H2, but its physical state. Water, ice. Its physical state varies, but chemical properties does not vary. So, no products are formed. No new products are produced during this physical changes. Then the next one is no gain or loss of mass. Its mass will not vary. If it is water, if you weigh that, it will be 2 liter means. Even when you change it into ice, it will be of 2 liter. It won't change its mass. It won't gain mass or it won't lose its mass. It will be of same mass. For example, you tear the paper, it will be of different shape and different size, but when you weigh that, it will be of same weight. Next is reversible or irreversible. Physical changes, some physical changes are reversible. Some physical changes are irreversible. Then the next heading what we are going to learn is reversibility, reversible property of physical changes. When you consider some physical changes like melting of ice. You are having ice, it will melt into water. Again, when you keep it in the freezer, it will change into ice. Again, if you keep it in the room temperature, it will change into water. So, in this, the physical change, it is reversible. Another example, you are mixing salt or sugar in a water, it will become sugar solution. Can you separate this sugar and water? Yeah, you can separate. Another example for a reversible physical change, what you can see? Ice creams. You are buying ice creams, it will melt. When you keep it in the freezer, again it will come back to its original state as ice cream. Then one more thing, folding a shirt. You are folding this shirt, again you can unfold it, right? So these are all the examples for reversible physical change. Reversible means the initial state. Initially it was ice. Again it is changing into water. It can be changed back to the ice. So when it is reversible, it is reversible physical change. Then come to irreversible physical change. What do you know about irreversible physical changes? It cannot be reversed. For example, take this. Tearing of paper. You have a paper, just you tear it off. You can't get back that original paper, right? Before tearing it was a full sheet. You can't get it back. So, it is irreversible physical change. One more example you can say. One more example. Can you say? Cutting of wood. When you cut the wood piece, it will be broken down into two wood pieces. Can you paste that? Can you make that wood as in the beginning? No, right? So it is an example for irreversible physical changes. So did you understand what is a physical change? What are the features of physical change? And reversible and irreversible properties of a physical change. Then the next one is chemical changes. Next is chemical changes. In chemical changes, as the name indicates, as we have learned already, the chemical properties also changes. How? What is this chemical properties? What is the difference between this chemical and physical changes? The chemical properties such as, for example, you take fermentation or curdling of milk. Milk will be of different taste. It will react with some substances. When you keep this milk for one day, the next day it will be curd, right? So, the different substance with the different chemical properties is formed. So, the chemical properties, the features are, example you can say respiration, digestion, fermentation, cooking. These are all the examples for chemical changes. Then the features of chemical changes. First one is both physical and chemical properties changes. In physical changes, only the physical properties varies, and when you consider this chemical changes, both the physical appearance and the chemical properties of the substance undergoing this particular change will vary. Then the next one is new product is formed. Consider milk, you are taking milk, but when it is left for one day, it is changing into curd. The properties of milk and curd are different. So new product is formed. This milk is being reacted or it is undergoing some reaction with some materials, that may be with atmosphere, that may be with microorganisms, yeast. Something is happening and new product is formed. So the next is no gain or loss of mass. Here also the mass will not vary before the change or after the change. Milk, if it is 1 liter, curd also will be 1 liter. So no change in the mass. Next is, it is difficult to reverse this physical change, chemical changes by physical methods. Consider curd. Can you change this curd to milk? No, simply you can't take this curd and remove the curd and you can't get the milk, right? So, in any chemical changes, it cannot be reversed. It cannot be reversed by physical methods. Maybe using some chemical methods we can reverse this. The last point is energy is involved. Why energy is involved? In physical changes, consider we are tearing the paper. It is tearing, no energy, just we have tear. But the paper is doing anything? No, right? Paper is as such. We are tearing, it will tear. But in chemical changes, just we are keeping that milk in one place. Something is happening there. What is happening? These atoms will rearrange. Sometimes hydrogen will be there, it will change into carbon. Some rearrangement of atoms, formation of new molecules is happening inside that chemical changes. So, energy is involved for interchanging of this atom, for the formation of new compounds. Some energy is being involved in this chemical changes. So, these are the features of chemical changes. Physical and chemical properties changes. A new product is formed. No gain or loss of mass. When you consider mass, there is no loss or gain. It is difficult to reverse these changes by physical methods. Energy is involved in this chemical changes. Then many examples are given. Examples for chemical changes. For example, rusting of iron, germination of seeds, fermentation of dough. This are in your book, many examples are given for chemical changes. Just go through that. For example, in rusting of iron, air and water in the atmosphere reacts with iron and the iron gets rusted. So, chemicals contribute for that. Some chemical changes occurs. Then, the property, the reversibility property of this chemical changes, maximum, many of the chemical reactions are irreversible. Listen, physical changes are reversible or irreversible. When you consider this chemical changes, maximum of chemical changes are irreversible, but some are reversible. For example, consider limestone. What is limestone? Limestone is nothing but this calcium carbonate. Okay. What is limestone? Calcium carbonate. CaCO3. It is calcium carbonate. This is nothing but the limestone. When you consider this limestone, you can form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide by some reaction. When you do something to this calcium carbonate, calcium oxide and carbon dioxide are formed. It is formed. These both are formed. But as soon as it is formed, you have to open. If you are doing in a closed vessel, you have to open and leave this carbon dioxide out. Otherwise, again it will combine with the calcium oxide and form limestone. So, it is reversible. When calcium carbonate decomposes to calcium oxide and carbon dioxide, when this carbon dioxide is released, when it is formed, it becomes a reversible chemical change. It will again combine with this and form calcium carbonate, the limestone. It is denoted like this, the two arrows, this arrow and this arrow. This denotes the reversible chemical change. Other example, this 3 hydrogen molecule and 1 nitrogen molecule combines to form ammonia. This ammonia also, when this ammonia is formed, you have to cool. Consider you are having this reaction in a bottle. When this ammonia is formed, at once you have to cool that bottle. Otherwise, it will again decompose to hydrogen and nitrogen. So, you are clear about this. By this, we are ending this chapter. Your test portion is just 2 units. Okay. What you want to do is, in your book, there is a column called difference between physical and chemical changes. Your work today is, you have to read that difference between physical and chemical changes and you have to write it in your booklet and learn that the difference between physical and chemical changes. Only 4 points are there in your book. See, in page number 33 it is here. You have to learn this and you have to read the whole chapter. Okay. By this we are ending our chemistry revision. Revision got over. You have to get ready for the test. If any doubts regarding the test, you can contact me. Okay. Prepare well, write well. All the very best for your term 1 examination. We can meet in the next session. Thank you.